She went to a comedy show for a laugh, but left feeling humiliated. Breastfeeding mum Trish was kicked out by comedian Aj Barker because he found her baby distracting. The comedian is copping a lot of backlash, but not everyone is on Trish's side. Mum Trish Ferranda joins me now with little Clara. And Trish, this is the little troublemaker on your lap right there.
Yeah, this is her, the one and only.
So look, there's been a lot of talk and debate around this today. In your own words, what happened?
Going to the comedy festival was really something that I'd done pre-kids and always really enjoyed. And you're a mum too, so I'm sure you can relate a little bit to what I'm about to say, but you kind of lose yourself a little bit in motherhood. You know, you're so focused on everybody else's needs that you don't really have time for your own. And you don't really get out that much, to be honest. Well, I don't anyway.
How did you feel about going, and what actually happened? What did Aj do?
Yeah, I was a bit nervous, because I always get nervous, because whenever you take out a baby in public, and especially something where people don't expect to see a baby, I guess, you always get a bit nervous. And then she started gurgling, babbling, probably similar to what you've heard, but not for very long, because then I just gave her a quick feed, and she was quiet. And Aj noticed her, and he sort of made some jokes, and it was okay. But at the end of that little segment, he sort of said, "Oh, I speak baby," and it said, "Take me outside." And then he repeated that, and everybody was laughing. So everybody's like, "Oh, he's funny, that's funny." And I was kind of like, "Oh, I'm not quite sure if he's joking about that last bit."
So was she sort of making noises like she is now?
Yeah, no louder. Like, you know, I think it wouldn't even be as loud as someone coughing if they were in the audience. And I was vigilant. I was looking around. People weren't looking at us. So I thought, okay, we're not really impacting anyone that I can tell. I think we're okay. And I popped her on to breastfeed her. When I looked up, he was in front of me on the stage, obviously, at the edge of the stage, still speaking into the microphone. And then he was sort of like, "Oh, no, it's really disruptive. You're interrupting my rhythm." And I was like, okay, and everyone's still laughing. This is louder than she was, I reckon, on the night. And I'm just going to pop her on for a feed, I'm sorry.
Yep, go for your life. I understand the workings of being a new mum. You've got to do what you got to do.
So literally she settles right down, right? You put her on, she's...
How good is it when you do that and how quiet they are, huh?
I know, right? So I sort of just said, "Do you actually want me to leave?" And he didn't hear me, so I repeated it. And he was like, "Yes." But then he threw back to the crowd and said, basically it was trying to get their support to say, "Get out." You know what I mean? Yeah. And I feel like that's the bit that's really not right. You know, if he had to just sort of quietly... off the mic even would have been nice, and just said, "Oh, it's actually a bit disruptive for me, do you mind?" Because I don't know what it's like to be a comedian. So
the issue for you is not that you were asked to leave, it was how it happened. The fact that he drew attention to you and that you had to stand up and walk out. I imagine that was quite humiliating.
Yeah, but it was more than sort of like throwing it to the crowd to yeah, though it was like, "Oh, you know, heckle these people out of here." And this is much louder than what happened on the night. Just going to give yourself a bad name if you keep going. Yeah.
How did the crowd react, Trish?
Well, there was a bit of a mixed reaction. So there was, once he said, "Oh, should, you know, what do you reckon everybody would, you know, do we want them to leave?" There were a few people that supported him, obviously. And then there were people that were saying to me, "You don't need to go." But I wasn't going to stay. I didn't, like I said, I didn't want to cause a scene. We just walked out and I was kind of in shock a little bit, and it was embarrassing. And I don't feel like I deserved that, to be honest.
And so, look, I mean, I look at how this debate has played out then today, and you have a lot of support, Trish, like a lot. I applaud you for getting out of the house. You got 3 kids, one's 5, one's 4 and a newborn. To get out, well done. But there are also those who do support Aj, and their argument is that a live comedy show is no place for a baby. Aj has doubled down today on the decision he made. How do you feel about that?
Look, you know, each their own, I guess. And I don't know, like, why is it not a place for a baby? Like, if they're not being disruptive, I don't understand. Is it any difference to a heckler? Do they boot out hecklers if they say something? I mean, comedians put up with a lot, don't they, from a crowd? I don't feel like we were anywhere near that level. Like, sorry. Hang on.
No, that's
we
quite
break
okay.
this?
And look,
Sorry.
and we're also making the point that this wasn't Clara on Saturday night. Clara was well behaved on
This
Saturday
definitely
night.
was nothing like this. And I would have been running out of the valley.
Trish,
Anywhere
it is
near this, I would
witching
have
hour.
been
I understand.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
I
don't be
just
silly.
wanted to say that there was two mums that were younger mums,
Yep.
and they came up to me and they'd walked out as well because there's a few people that walked out. Jeez, this is not her best self. She's like not doing well. She's supporting Arja's argument, isn't she?
Oh.
They came up to me and they said, when we saw you come with the baby, you know, we thought, oh, wow, you know, maybe we can go out with our children, you know? And I feel like it's really sad that in society, mums feel like they can't take their children places. And again, had he just nicely said, off the mic, oh, do you mind leaving? I would have been gone and it wouldn't have been an issue. And I don't think he would have upset any of the other people either. Do you know what I mean? Like, but just the way he went about it.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, I'm going to let you go, Trish, because you've got a lot on your hands right now. I'm so sorry you were humiliated in front of so many people, and I hope it doesn't stop you getting out and about again, okay? Look after yourself, Trish, and thank you.
Thanks, Ellie. Bye.
Oh, wow, that is one tired little bub. I don't miss those days. It is chaos. And look, little Clara, she certainly sparked a debate.